Welcome to Two Poor Artists, where we're poor at using cups, but mostly we're poor at making art. My name's Benj.
And I'm Isaac. We're poor at using cups.
Yep. Aren't we just?
I mean, we're pathetic and all, but that's like toddler level. It's like my 1-year-old is poor at using a cup.
Mm-hmm.
But you and I mean...
You would think after drinking for years.
I've spilled cups, I guess, this past year.
Yeah. I mean, it's so rare that I drink out of a cup that doesn't have a straw in it anyways.
Does that make you poor at drinking out of a cup?
I don't know.
You need like an extra tool to succeed?
I guess. Or maybe it makes me better because straws are great.
See, I only like to drink out of cups if, like, I mean, we're not talking about glasses. We're talking about cups.
I can't even think of the last time I've used a glass.
I mean, sometimes you go to a restaurant and they have glass.
Yeah, you go to fancy schmancy restaurant. Like, who has the money for that kind of fancy?
Like, if you go to, like, Olive Garden, that's not fancy schmancy. They have glasses.
Pretty sure those are plastic cups. I was there today. I don't remember it being... Maybe I was wrong. But I used a plastic straw. I know that.
So maybe we're poor at drinking out of cups. But that's not the reason we're talking about cups.
No.
We are talking about cups because it has come to our attention that apparently this thing called the World Cup is happening.
We were looking up things that were trending, so that we could stay hip to the drive.
Yeah, boy. Is that what the kids are saying?
I guess. No. Neither of what we said.
I think yours is like maybe the 40s, the 50s.
Yeah, but yeah, we were just because we want people to like search something, and randomly.
Yeah, we want you to stumble across this wonderful.
Channel. I wouldn't say wonderful, but
we want you to stumble across this poor channel.
Yeah. So we're like, oh, the World Cup. What's that? It must be some real big cup.
Turns out it's a gigantic soccer competition. I'm sorry, football competition.
Yeah. See, the real football, they have a bowl, which is clearly superior to a cup.
American football, they looked at like, oh, the world calls this sport football. We're going to call another sport football, and we're not going to just have a cup. No. We're going to have a bowl.
Yes, a Super Bowl.
A Super Bowl. Yeah. That's pretty much how we imagine the Super Bowl's name came about.
Yeah.
But we've already drawn the Super Bowl, so it's time to downgrade to the World Cup. And for our international viewers, this may come as a complete shock to you, but we know pretty much nothing about soccer or the World Cup. Like, I heard that the World Cup was going on. I don't know. I think it's like a tournament, not just a game.
Yep.
I think the United States plays.
Probably, unless we just like
already eliminated.
Before. Yeah.
From my understanding, America is very, very bad at soccer.
My understanding is that every other country cheats at soccer, and we try to do that less.
I don't really understand it. I know that I've never chosen to watch a soccer game. Like, I've probably been in, like, somewhere where there was a soccer game on.
Like, and
I looked and I saw someone, like, pretending to get hurt.
When I was in high school and, like, people played soccer, I have gone and watched their games. Or, I mean, more like gone and pretended to watch their games, for camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
That word that we all use on a regular basis.
Wait, you watched soccer?
Well, like I said, I went
be a
there.
Good friend?
I went to the place that they were playing soccer
I see. I'm sorry.
While they played soccer.
See, my wife played soccer in college, but it's not like we've ever watched a soccer game.
She went to my high school. I went to some of her games.
Yeah, see?
For camaraderie.
But, like, I feel like if you meet somebody in America who likes soccer, it's usually because their family's not from America, which is great and all, but it's not like an American sport.
Right.
Like, if it's in America, it's because it's been brought here, which is, very American of it.
Like, even the word soccer, isn't American. We
Nope.
claim it, but
we stole football
it's-
for our own sport.
yeah. No, I mean the name soccer
Oh,
is comes from England. Like they renamed football soccer, and then we stole that.
yeah, that's also
Name.
very American to take something England did and make it better, claim it for ourselves. Yeah, but like English.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the language of America.
Yeah. Yep. We speak American here.
The point is, we have to draw the World Cup.
Yep.
And see, the thing is, I don't know anything about it. So do I go do I just draw a cup?
Mm-hmm. Like that looks like the world.
Mm-hmm.
Draw the world as a cup,
Yeah, like,
or the world in a cup.
oh, see, I like that one more. But is that really how low I want to stoop to just the
Just the,
like
the
when you
base-
hear it,
the
you're
most
like,
basic pun.
like someone who just arrived on Earth and we're like, oh, we have this thing called the World Cup, and they're like, so it's a cup
Mm-hmm.
with
Yeah.
the world in it?
Yep. Or you could draw people playing soccer.
You know, I think I've got it. The
Oh,
World Cup. World Cup.
I think I might have an idea, but we'll see if you steal it. But I don't think you will.
I mean, in the olden days, before we had a YouTube channel, we still used to draw.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the times when we would draw, we would show each other and we'd be like, oh man, I drew basically the same thing.
Because we drew usually at church, and I was back in like the sound booth room, and Isaac was just in the, the standard audience, and we didn't talk at all beforehand or watch each other draw. It was just, hey, we're drawing the sermon title, and then, yep, it was so often we drew the same thing,
Yeah, it's true.
or at least close to the same.
But now we have like an unspoken rule that if the other person just draws what you were planning on drawing, you're just playing out of luck because you didn't get to draw first this week.
Yep.
That's why we switch off every week, by the way, because that happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Or someone's like, oh, you took the only pun.
Yep.
And, what's the point? Anyway.
Your humans look a bit weird today.
It's not a human bench.
No.
So thanks for acknowledging. I got something right, I guess. Did you know that the hand mangler vacations in outer space?
I mean, we already know he goes to like different dimensions and Cyclops planets and
Yeah, but
like
his vacation spot.
is wherever these aliens come from.
Oh, if I just draw the body down, this is a skinny alien.
Yep. I mean, aliens can be skinny. Like, what rules do alien anatomy have?
I don't make the rules. I just break them.
Where does this alien come from?
Jupiter?
To get more stupider?
That was a saying. Do people still say this today? How does it all go? It's
Girls
Go
go
to
to
college to get more knowledge.
and boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider.
Yeah, that's the classic.
Yep.
Classic.
I think I'd rather go to Jupiter than college.
What? What about all the youngins out there listening to us and looking for us for inspiration on how to live their lives?
Don't probably go to college.
But become an astronaut.
Yeah. I mean, if you can become an astronaut without going to college, just do it.
I don't
mean,
think that's
clearly
possible.
you're a genius.
Is it possible to go to be an astronaut
Probably.
without college?
Probably.
I mean, I guess you
Like you just get in through, like you become a soldier, join the Navy, get high up, go
you become
join,
astronaut level though
then
without
join like the Space Force which is apparently a thing now.
See, I think this is why less and less people are becoming astronauts. How? No one knows how.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how I would imagine it, too. Like, you join, like, the Air Force, and then they're like, wow, you're such a good pilot.
Yeah.
We want to shoot you into space.
Right. Go study astrophysics real quick.
Is that what they do?
I don't know what they do. I mean, the thing is, I think we're entering a new world, because it used to be, oh, you want to go to space? Well, the only reason to go to space is if you're a astrophysicist studying, space.
Yep, the good old days.
But now, oh, you want to go to space? Is that, to mine resources? Is that to join the Space Force, and shoot down the satellites?
An insecure billionaire with lots of money?
Yeah, I mean, that's an option, but
it's like
that's probably the hardest way, becoming a billionaire.
Yeah, it's not the recommended way to get to space,
Mm-hmm.
I'll admit.
Is this like a Men in Black situation where it's like, it shows everyone, it ends the Men in Black movie, and it shows somebody drinking out of a cup, and then it zooms out, and then it shows an alien drinking out of a cup.
It's kind of like that, but it's different, where all the continents are just like in the cup. How do you draw Asia by itself? Or like Europe and Asia are all connected. No one like you have to like split Russia, don't you, to do this?
Yeah, like they call them all like different continents, but it's like, come on, they're all the same place. They're all connected.
Just put some islands in there.
Like all of it, like Africa, Europe, and Asia are like all connected by land, and you're like, how are those separate continents?
Well, I mean, you just have to imagine how they were all connected theoretically at one point.
You mean disconnected? I'm just saying, why are they separate continents when they're connected?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking about how all the continents kind of fit together. But yeah, I don't know why those two got split up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who drew that line?
Mm-hmm.
The rest of them, it makes a lot of sense if you look at a map.
Like, I understand, country lines, like America and Canada, that's one continent, but we call it one continent.
Yeah.
Like, we acknowledge
all good. Yeah, exactly. What's another type of alien look like?
I mean, it can look like anything. Isn't that the point?
You say that, aliens? And then I draw something, and you're like, no.
Well, yeah, but that's because when you're a poor artist, there's a vision you're going for. And sometimes you fail that.
See, like, so many aliens are just like it's hard as an artist to create something truly original.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
of course,
it's impossible. You just have to be like, well, this just looks like a human with a big head and weird eyes and short arms, and this one looks like a hammerhead shark, but different slightly.
I mean, some scientists or like show writers or whatever try to like use science. They're like, okay, well, what if instead of a carbon-based life form, it was a silicon-based life form? How would its body need to look to function? And they try to use science, but even when they do that, it's just like, it just looks like a squished person or something.
Oh gosh.
Does it have a mustache?
I can't tell if it's his mustache or if it's like little tentacles that hang over its mouth.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what is a mustache if not little tentacles that hang over your mouth? Am I right?
Preach it. Yeah, there's a big difference. Let's just say that. I have just recently realized this bar needs to go down, and why this alien is floating now is the real question.
It's an alien. Maybe it's just the ground, like he's back farther, but also bigger.
No, that's not it.
Oh.
That would make too much sense.
Mm-hmm.
One of these days I need to know how to draw shoes other than just making him look like footballs.
Football? On purpose? Do they look like footballs?
No, that wasn't.
Like, I thought you were, like, making a point, like...
That would... Just got some rocket boots.
This alien's balance is amazing.
I mean, he's got really big head.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be a lot of, like, inner ear balance. Yeah, it's all inner ear.
His entire like he has a second brain just for balancing.
Yeah, so like I imagine, and this could be a thing on Earth too. Like it didn't have to be aliens, unless you want to go like the whole Men in Black thing. Like our whole planet's just like in an alien's cup somewhere,
right?
Which is ridiculous.
We're mostly water.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but also I imagine aliens like went to Earth.
Yeah,
like,
but we're already in a locker and also a marble.
Yeah, it's complicated if you watch the Men in Black movies. But, like, this is something I feel like on Earth we would do also. Mm-hmm. We would dress up like aliens. And then it's like, it's World Cup season. Mm-hmm. Which I don't know if that's what they call it. That's what I'm going to call it.
Right.
There's holiday season, which just so happens to intersect with World Cup season this year.
Yep.
But they're like, give me one of them drinks. The World Cup. It's like, you know, when you go to like Disneyland or SeaWorld or some theme park and they have like one of those big commemorative cups with like a character on the top and one of those bendy straws and it's like brightly colored and it has like a handle because I don't know, it needs a handle. Like at the World Cup, do they not like sell a World Cup drink? Like a cup that looks like the world?
Probably not.
They should. World Cup people. Get on that. All your stadiums. I would drink a World Cup drink
while watching the World Cup.
And they have like fancy ice cubes have become a thing in our weird modern culture.
Right.
Like I feel like for most of human history, there just weren't ice cubes. But then like in the last 100 years, there was like, we can make ice in the freezer.
Because now we have like silicone molds that are easy.
Yeah, and that's the thing like recently is like, oh, well, we can make ice cubes literally shaped like anything. Like I have like Avengers ice cube trays and Star Wars, and I have a 20-sided dice ice cube tray that I've been gifted for some reason.
Right.
So listen up, World Cup people. Make a drink. Call it the World Cup.
Right.
Put some fruit juices. Make it, look blue.
They're gonna put beer in it. Well, you know that's what you can't just tell them to put fruit juices.
Make a kid-friendly World Cup. Make the ice cubes look like the continents.
Oh, so you're not saying because I bet you could go right now and get the world like as an ice cube. A big circle.
Yeah, no.
You want like each continent.
You know what? Your idea makes more sense, actually. This one has, I guess, melted a little bit.
Yeah.
And now he's got it like, he's supposed to be drinking this. So hang on. You ever do that thing where you like take a straw and you connect another straw and you like put another straw?
Yeah. I mean, everyone tried it once and then realized that it's worse.
That's a comic-y thing to do. He's excited and he's questioning it. And it's a statement.
Well.
Yeah. He's enjoying his World Cup drink. Sipping on some... It would have to be like salty. I feel like that's a thing in like Japan and Korea and stuff is like salty drinks, which sound absolutely horrible. Yeah. But in a World Cup drink, it has to have like fruity, salty, like you're drinking the ocean.
Soda has a decent amount of sodium in it, but it doesn't taste salty.
You don't taste it though.
because that would be gross.
It would.
Like, I feel like as soon as you start drinking something that tastes salty, you like want to spit it out. Because the whole point of drinking is, to be refreshing and
This guy has like an apron
hydrate. On. Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. You don't really see aliens in clothes too much. This guy has
Especially not like just an apron.
This guy has like a half shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't wear pants like cartoon characters.
See, I just assumed he was wearing pants. He has shoes and a shirt. Like,
I'm telling you, this is the same color as his head.
Okay. So why is the other alien just wearing an apron?
Because he's like a barkeep. He like has like an apron on or something.
But no other clothes. Like, that's weird.
Aliens don't... Like, I'm trying to think. E.T. didn't wear clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin the Martian... I guess he wore clothes, sort of, kind of. He had a helmet.
Mm-hmm.
I can't picture the rest of them.
No, he wore, like, clothes.
What are some other famous aliens?
Like, I feel like it's... Like, because E.T. didn't feel like human intelligence. You know?
He could use a phone.
Yeah. Like, he did things that were, like, impressive. Like, he built that satellite receiver thing, and it's like he clearly must have been of human intelligence, but he didn't seem like it. And part of that, I think, was his lack of wearing clothes.
I feel like it's often like Disney characters that are like for a long time were drawn with like like Donald Duck. He still doesn't have pants.
Mm-hmm.
Bugs Bunny has no clothes.
Yeah, it's definitely more the Warner, like the Looney Tunes. Like, none of them wore clothes
unless they're like a human, like Yosemite Sam. He has clothes.
Yeah.
Aliens can have like a half shirt and it's still like endearing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can see his like, sorry, I already signed my name, but you can like see his belly button.
Right.
That apparently aliens have.
Weird that he has a belly button, but also it's not inappropriate. Like, that suggests that they reproduce in the same means that we do.
But also there's like no pants.
Yeah.
And
it's just weird.
It is weird. But what's not weird is having a drink called the World Cup and serving it at all your soccer-related tournaments.
See, the problem is we can't offer our services for this.
Because it's like already happening?
Well,
or because...
I mean, and they already, like, people can already make a World Cup. We would just make a bad one.
I mean, I'm saying if all the stadiums, like for the tournament, they jump on this idea.
Yeah.
They charge like $29.99 for a cup of salt water.
Right.
And some ice cubes.
Yeah. No, I'm saying it's a good
idea.
idea.
Make like a few $1 million.
It's a good idea for them, but we can't be involved in that couple $1 million.
You can put a label on the cup that has this drawing. Yeah. Or like a shout out to the two poor artists.
Yeah, because we came up with the idea of a World Cup at the World Cup.
I'm just saying, I don't think it's being done, and I think that's an oversight on the part.
It probably is being done. As we acknowledged, we don't go to soccer games.
We should watch a World Cup game and just like scan the audience. Be like,
audience.
any of them holding
a World Cup
cup? And then we'll look really close if they have our label on it.
Yep.
But it's time to see what you think of when you think of World Cup.
Yep, we need to see that.
Yep. Sorry, if you're watching at home and you thought it was over, we have to do it.
Yep, unfortunately.
There's certain policies in place.
We're in here. It's been 20-some minutes,
so
and you're like, oh, man, it's still going.
You're like, the video's over, right?
You look at the time, and you're like, nope, it's only like half over.
You're like, but Isaac drew forever, and his drawing looks like he took 30 seconds.
Yeah. Don't worry. I always take a little bit less time than Isaac.
Then there's hope. So is it Christmas season yet?
I mean, I think technically, but I feel like for example, with recording for us, if we were to start recording now, Christmas things.
Yeah, it's still November today.
Yeah, it's
like
November.
The day this comes out, it's still November.
Like, that's too early to do Christmas.
Yeah, like November, I know is like when people start Christmas shopping.
Mm-hmm.
And people have already like probably put up their Christmas trees this weekend and decorated the house for Christmas. But like, I also celebrated Thanksgiving with my other like side of the family today.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
yeah, like people that are married are still celebrating Thanksgiving because they had to do it twice.
mm-hmm.
I mean, not everyone does it twice because some people just do it with the wife's side of the family and never
we did
with
it. We did Thanksgiving 4 times this year. We figured.
Mm-hmm.
So we had Friendsgiving, my side of the family, my wife's grandparents, my wife's parents.
Right.
4 Thanksgivings.
Yeah, I know lots of married people just do it with the wife's side of the family, and ignore the dad's side, the husband's side of the family.
It is one of those things you have to figure out, like, where are we going to celebrate and when?
Mm-hmm.
And how many toes will be stepped on? Hopefully none.
Well,
Which we actually get pretty lucky with.
all of them. Every toe should be stepped on.
That sounds like the Thanksgiving spirit.
But
yeah, like we were going to start drawing Christmas things, but it was like, it's not, it feels Christmassy. There's Christmas music. And
it's not quite time for that yet.
No. But tune in next week for the month of December as we bring you Christmas drawings and holiday cheer.
How come when you look up the Earth, it always shows the side of the Earth that has the most land? I want to draw the other side.
The mostly empty.
Yeah.
First of all, is this supposed to be round?
Oh, no. Well, it's... everybody knows the Earth isn't perfectly round.
Pretty sure it's like an established fact that it is.
No, it's only a kind of round. And also, this isn't going to look like...
I don't know that too many people have looked at the Earth and been like, yeah, well, it's like kind of round. It's like a oval-ish, but it's got all those pointy bits.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's round.
No, it looks like this.
Is that North America?
See, you always see like edited versions.
The detached South America? Are you drawing like the Panama Canal?
Okay. See, yeah, you always...
Why has Canada bulged out like that? Everyone in Canada is like, all right, everyone, breathe out at the same time.
You know how...
I'll make a bubble.
You know how ice expands when it freezes?
Oh, gosh. Canada does freeze this time of year.
It's so cold right now. It bulged out. Okay.
There is a weird form of logic to that, if that was why you did that.
There's some, land here. Okay. It's the Earth. Okay.
Oh, is that? Oh.
Now you understand.
Would you also say it might be the world? Since we're drawing world. We're not drawing Earth Cup.
No,
that's next year's drawing.
Okay. This is the Earth, right? And there's this guy here. I'm going to draw him larger than scale, for artistic purposes.
Perfect.
Right? And then there's like this guy over here.
Why do you think it is that in America we don't care about soccer?
Because we're not good at it.
That could be.
And we only care about things that we win at.
I also feel like in the United States, we have like more sports than a lot of, like, I don't know if that's actually true, but it feels like we have a lot of sports that are like, that pretty much only happens in America. And if it happens other places, it's like, we started it.
I mean, like baseball is mostly America, but like Japan really loves baseball.
They do.
Like they might like it more than we do.
Yeah, but it's like an American thing.
Yeah.
Like American football is an American thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hockey is
but football, I don't know
thing.
if any other country even plays football.
I don't think so.
Whereas like baseball now, it's actually pretty.
And same with like basketball. Like we have like the, National Basketball Association. I knew that there. Association. Yeah. But other countries like have basketball, but not like, it's like when you watch the Olympics and you're like, I wonder who's going to win the basketball. Is it going to be America? Well, it's like, well, we're the only ones who have like real, like an established basketball thing in like every state and every part of our culture has basketball in it. But then other countries, like, what do they have? They have soccer, and a lot of them have cricket, which I'll tell you from living in the United States has not caught on.
I don't even know the rules to it at all.
I've watched cricket sometimes, like clips of it on YouTube, and I'm always like trying to figure out how it's played, but I've never once cared enough to look up how it's played. I know there's like a big mallet, and they throw the ball, and it bounces, and there's like a ring on like a metal thing on the ground, and they run back and forth. It's like if someone poorly explained how to play baseball.
Yeah, like if you were trying to play baseball, but like you told your friend how to play it once, and then he went back to his house and tried to tell his parents how to play, and then they didn't really understand what he was saying, so they just made up their own game, and then that's what happened.
Sorry. Yeah. I just looked at your drawing. Can I borrow the cup? Getting kind of thirsty. And then somewhere in whatever continent that is. Sure, just a sec.
Yeah, see, my concept is there's one cup.
The
world cup.
Oh.
And like, if you want to drink out of a cup, you have to like borrow it. Like whoever currently has
How weird would that be if on Earth there was something that was like, everyone acknowledges it's really useful. But we've like agreed.
Yeah.
There can only be one of them.
And like everybody has the rights to use it.
Yeah. Like
You know,
everyone gets a turn.
Yeah. It's not like, oh, the king of one place has it and no one else ever gets to see it. No, it's like everyone equally has the rights to use it.
I don't even want to think of the logistics of that.
The world would be this would be like a cartoon or more like a short, and it would just like you just be like, what? Who came up with this idea?
It's true. I like it though.
Yep.
I like it more than soccer.
Yes.
That's the thing. I don't like you and I aren't big sports people in general, unless it's like maybe esports, and even that we don't really care about.
Yeah, we watch like whatever the world tournament of like League of Legends.
Yeah, we'll watch the Marble League online. If you never watched the Marble League, don't watch us anymore. Go watch the Marble League.
Yeah, he's actually good at what he does.
Yeah, he's really good at putting on marble Olympic events.
Yeah, we used to watch Tetris until,
but then Jonas lost.
Yep, and then died. So sad.
Poor Jonas.
Now, if aliens come and challenge us to Tetris, who will we have to champion us?
All I know is we won't have Jonas.
Nope. Probably the guy to beat him.
Maybe, but
that was just some kid. He's probably not even good at Tetris anymore.
He probably has already grown up and moved on to other things, like
he doesn't even
being taxed. Yep. That's rough.
Just the worst.
If you're a kid and you win a bunch of prize money for something like, I don't know, like a World Tetris tournament, do they tax you?
Yeah, can you be taxed if you're
like
a kid?
Child and a non-tax paying citizen?
Yeah.
Or does the money like go to your parents and then they tax it? And
can you be paid if you're a child?
Yeah. I don't know how that works.
Well, I mean, like if you're 15 and you get a job at, Little Caesars or somewhere else that hires,
you can get taxed for that.
You get taxed. So I'm assuming.
But if you're like infant.
But also, like, what if you like go to Japan and win a tournament in Japan?
Do you have to like declare it on your way back?
Yeah.
To like customs, who then taxes you as like a child? I've heard there's things called tax lawyers. I bet this is why their job exists.
Because
I have like a big book of all the rules with like a last page that's just always being ripped out and rewritten.
Yep. I think all the pages are constantly being ripped out and rewritten.
Must be like an e-book.
Yep.
That's really how books like that should be. E-books, and every day something probably changes. So like the colors are like, here's what changed on Monday. Here's what changed on.
I think we should talk about that post we put with the sound quality.
Oh, you mean the one where 50% of people said they liked the mono and 50% said they liked stereo?
We had 50-50 response. So you guys, I mean, we've chosen to do mono again this episode.
Mm-hmm. And it's not because we were just too lazy to change it back.
Yeah, I forgot actually.
Yeah, so did I.
But yeah, I mean, we haven't. I guess basically what I'm saying is we haven't come to a conclusion yet. So if you're watching this, go find that post. I don't really know how you find posts on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But do it. You probably know how to use YouTube better than we do.
And a lot of you were telling me that like you don't use headphones, so you don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
So try this: when Benj is speaking, cover your left ear, and when I'm speaking, cover your right ear.
Yeah.
Tell me if that sounds better, or if both of us talking
in some ways,
both ears.
In some ways, the stereo is cool. Like I kind of lean towards that, just for the uniqueness that like when you talk it's in the left ear and when I talk it's in the right ear, it's like you're in the room with us.
Yeah, but
sitting here,
but then
with Isaac on your left and me on your right.
But then someone else pointed out that sometimes they only listen to us with one earbud in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then they only hear one of us, and that's messed up. So
like,
yeah,
if you have like, what are those things called that I don't own? AirPods, and you lose one because they're the size of a dime, and how can you not?
Yeah. See, that's why you should have glasses that are your listening device.
See, I would be all for that if I needed glasses, but I'm not going to just nerd myself up.
Why not?
You know what? That's a good point, actually. We were looking for something the other day. That's it. That's the thing. We were trying to find stuff to make us more nerdy.
I don't think glasses are it.
I think if we put tape on the middle,
Ooh.
it gets closer.
Yes. We'll start putting masking tape on our glasses for no reason. They're not even broken.
Just for style.
Yes. Style. Yeah. But basically vote. We'll just do mono until, because I mean that mono is what every other channel would do. I mean it would be cool to have like a unique thing that's just us, but we also understand that if you're listening in one earbud, you know, that you had to choose which of us you want to listen to.
I'm not even sure who I would choose. Probably wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be me. I hate listening to myself.
Yeah, that's true. There is something unnatural about it.
Yep. Like
you just suddenly feel bad for everybody and yourself.
Imagine the type of person you would have to be to choose to only listen to yourself in this, like, yeah.
I don't want to be that person.
Like,
Bench.
the type of person that loves their own voice so much that they record it and then listen back to it for 40 minutes.
Ew. But thankfully we don't have to do that. And if you're one of those people out there who's like, I love the World Cup, what's the matter with you two poor artists? You must not be from the United States. And if you are, your ancestors probably more recently than not aren't from the United States. And if they are,
they could just have a different opinion than us.
That is really?
Yep, that's something that happens.
Are we okay with that? That was a long pause. You were supposed to be like, yes, that's fine. People can like soccer.
Yeah, I mean,
we probably won't hang out with you on the weekends because you'll be watching soccer
and we'll be
drawing something with pens
or playing Pokemon or some other nerdy activity
with pens.
But
hey, if that's how you choose to spend your life, then
am I supposed to like acknowledge them? Yeah.
The point is, go United States if we're not already out of the World Cup. And we'll see you next time.
We're probably already out of the World Cup. Bye.
As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemy's time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.